So briefly, before we get to who Gramsci, just like the idea of hegemony, when we're talking about hegemony, we're talking about, like everyday language, we're talking about domination. We're talking about power. That's what hegemony most people think about. When Gramsci basically defines hegemony as, like, hegemony for him transcends the sole meaning of domination, and it encompasses ideological leadership as well, meaning that the strong, stable state that has successfully established its hegemony, it did not only do it through its monopoly of violence, but also it actively used political society to circulate ideas, build institutions, and create what Gramsci calls a common sense. So that's what establishes the rule. It's not just through violence or coercion, but that's what a successful hegemony is. It's like balancing between the two, and creating the idea of the common sense. And the common sense basically is the universalization of the elites group worldview as the natural way of being. Basically, he's saying that the ruling elite has a certain worldview of like how society should be organized, how like taxes should be organized, how like the army and everything else should be done, and then they universalize that worldview to the subaltern groups, meaning like the masses. They make them think that this is the natural way of how things should be, and that's like a powerful tool for the ruling elite to not always go to coercion and military means to control people, but to use consent, meaning that people consent to being under the elite's rule because of like many things that they make them believe it's good for them to be in there. So that's what Gramsci tells us about hegemony. So I just wanted to clarify that, like, definition, that we're not just talking about domination, we're talking about both coercion and consent.